Hello everyone, I am the Dream Envoy, and welcome to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I have a very, mixed feelings about this game, or rather this project in general. For those who do not know, I used to run an old Let's Play channel called Mr. Cheese Gaming. After several years of not really gaining much of an audience, I felt, rather discouraged about continuing on my Let's Play series. So, around the time that I finished my Let's Play of Okami, I completely lost my desire to continue doing Let's Plays, and decided just to make Ocarina of Time my 25th and final Let's Play. I began that Let's Play on January 1st, 2019, but about 10 videos in, I decided to scrap the project altogether, making Okami my last complete Let's Play series. And, it kind of bothered me to leave this incomplete, even though that I had moved on. Moved on to a different channel, moved on to planning to do different things. That is until Winds of Change, the final version of Winds of Change came out, and that ultimately, and people encouraged me to do a Let's Play of that, as well as a Let's Play of Changed. As such, I ended up back into the swing of doing Let's Plays again, this time with a little bit more of an audience. So, with that in mind, I decided that I'm going to restart Let's Play number 25, Ocarina of Time, once again, from the very beginning. Now with vigor. Now with more enthusiasm. As such, let us begin. Also, I didn't know there was surround sound options back in the 90s. But I'll have it optimized for a headset, just for the heck of it. Let us begin. Once again. In the vast deep forests of Hyrule. Long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the great Deku tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Navi, where art thou? Come hither. O Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces, even now, are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But, before this tremendous power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now! Find the young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world depends upon thee.
Link, wake up! The great Deku tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up! Come on! Can Hyru's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? You finally woke up! I'm Navi, the fairy! The great Deku tree asked me to be a partner from now on. Nice to meet you! The great Deku tree has summoned you! So let's get going right now!
Alright, and we have a little bit of a room to go ahead and explore. Left analog stick allows us to run. If we tilt it just a little bit, we could do a walk, tilt it all the way, and we could do a run. And if we go ahead and hit A, well, standing still, we summon Navi. We can retract Navi, and if we're running, we can roll. And I want to see. Oh, we can't bump into that. Ah, we can bump into the table though.
Yahoo! Hi, Link!
We can go down this ladder, and you see that blue button? That represents the A button. We could go ahead and tap that, and jump down immediately. If we hit L, we can target the camera directly behind us. This is, or rather, well, it's L if you're using the Wii, GameCube, or 3DS version, but on the original N64 version, it's the Z button. If we hear Navi nagging, we can hit the up button, and she'll talk to us. We can skip dialogue by holding down the B button. If we hit start, we can bring up the menu, and use Z and R to navigate, or L and R. By the way, if you want to interact with Navi in the 3DS version, it will actually be an icon on the touchscreen that you can tap. Press B on the menus on the start menu if you want to save. Otherwise, you can also hit B to exit. And here we got introduction. If an arrow appears over an object, you can hit Z or L in newer versions to target it. If we target an object and hit A, we can interact with it. In which case, that object is sorry for calling you an object, Saria.
Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy has come to you, Link! Wow, this is great news! I'm so happy for you! Now you're a true Kokiri, Link! Is that right? The great Deku tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the great Deku tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the great Deku tree.
By the way, if you Z/L, you can actually do what's called, hold on. You could do a little bit of a backflip, or you can jump side to side depending on how you hold the analog stick. Pretty neat. Anyways, if you go ahead and hit R, or sorry, L in the N64 version, you can toggle the map. I can't remember off the top of my head what toggles the map in the Wii or GameCube version, but in the 3DS version, it will always be down there. Actually, I think it's the directional pad that controls the map, but I'll have an annotation on screen telling you whether I'm correct or not. Anyways, over here is the Great Deku Tree according to the map, but...
Hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man.
Hey jerk, I got a fairy.
What? You got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Say what? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mito? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and shield ready? Well, you're right. What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but... if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Sheesh.
Well, the question is, where is the shield? That's kind of simple. A shield is available right here in the shop. This girl is just here to demonstrate Z targeting, or L targeting in newer versions, showing that if you target something, you can speak to them from a distance. Again. Oh. My B button. Oh! Right, because you have to hold it down. I was wondering why my B button wasn't working, but I like how he has to, the shopkeeper is so short he has to hop in order to get over the counter. We do have a shield, but it costs 40 rupees. Rupees are basically the currency indicated by the gem in the lower left-hand corner. We cannot afford a shield, but it will be easier to afford a shield once we obtain a sword. So, where do we get a sword? Well, that is incredibly simple to obtain. So, I shall show you how to get a sword. All you need to do is follow the path and go into this little bit of a maze-like area, where I'll demonstrate that if you hold up against something like a fence, you can automatically hop up onto the fence, and you can automatically jump if you run up. Once again, the A button is context sensitive. If you're close to this hole, you can tap A to enter it. And you hear a little bit of a rumbling noise. Well, that's because if you look over here, there's boulders. But the boulders magically turn around, so you don't actually have to worry about it crushing you. Okay, that plant is apparently too difficult to pull out of the ground because Link is weak. But we can go ahead and grab 2 green rupees there. Green rupees are each worth 1, while blue rupees are each worth 5. Go ahead and open this chest by walking up to it and pressing A. And we get the Kokiri Sword. We have to equip it on the equipment sub-screen. This is a hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you can really fight. Well, if you've seen my Majora's Mask Let's Play on my old channel, you know that Link never actually returns that blade, as he has the blade in Majora's Mask as well. I'll go ahead and demonstrate how to use the sword once we get into an open area. Well, at least try it in order to... Well. Thank you, Plant, for reminding me that I have yet to actually equip it. Just go ahead, hit A, and Link's icon even changed as well. Hit start to return without saving. Go ahead to the middle of town in order to... Go ahead to the middle of the village before I go ahead and use the sword, because there are a ton of things that we can accidentally Z-target. So this seems like a good spot. Go ahead and press B to draw your sword. B standing still is a regular horizontal slash. If you hold down the Z button, you'll do a vertical slash. Z and forward. We'll do a little bit of a stab. Z, forward, and instead A. Hold on. We'll do a Gem Slash. There's a little bit more that you can do when you have a shield, but one more thing you can do. Hold down the B button, let go, and you can do a bit of a spin attack. You also, if you spin around. Yep, if you rotate the analog stick in a complete circle, and then spin. Well, you saw it demonstrate once, but it's a little bit difficult to do, but it's basically just a short, a weaker version of the spin attack that doesn't require you to charge up. Anyways, now that we have the sword, let's go ahead and go about collecting more rupees. First up, that's a know-it-all brother's house, but if you go in here, which is Mito's house, I believe. Yep, by the way, I guess it's not with these kind of signs, but you can actually slash signs if you want to. I'll go ahead and demonstrate with this sign. See? Horizontal slash, vertical slash, spin slash, or spin attack, whatever you like to call it. Anyway, since Mito is a bit of a jerk, we'll burst into his house and steal all of his life savings. This will be a green rupee, a blue rupee, another blue rupee, and a recovery heart. Recovery hearts are basically just, well, basically your health, as indicated in the upper left-hand corner with all those hearts. You do get health extensions in this game, though I suppose that if you're already familiar with the Zelda franchise, you would already know that. But, you know, as with any Let's Play, I like to just make an assumption that you don't know, well, that you know very little, if at all, about the Zelda franchise. Even though that, realistically, I kind of be surprised if you weren't already familiar. Especially with a game that got re-released and exceedingly popular like this one. Go ahead and follow the bridge along Zarya's house to go ahead and grab the blue rupees. By the way, if you jump and they're holding forward, normally you would take damage, but because I was holding forward, I did a little bit of a roll, which actually managed to save me. Also, this drawing of Link fighting a dinosaur, it's cute. It's really super freaking adorable. There's actually two other places that I can recommend for rupees. See this little bridge, or sort of like bridge here, or rather stepping stones. You jump across them, and you get a blue rupee out of doing that. Go behind the shop, and you go and grab another blue rupee. By the way, blue rupees always respawn if you leave an area and go back. So like I can jump across again and get another blue rupee. Now I can actually afford that shield. And once again go behind the shop, and oh! I guess they don't respawn. But I do know that the stepping stones do. Let's go ahead, buy the shield for 40 rupees. Don't bother with the other stuff because they are going to be dropped by enemies later. Yep, basically, shields are going to be controlled by the R button. But, of course, we gotta equip it first. And it appears on the back of Link. Go ahead and hit R, and Link will crouch and use his shield. He can also do a little bit of a stab, and if you Z-target, he can actually stand up, but he will not be able to use his sword except with the A button, in which case all you can do is a leaping attack. Also, if you're Z targeting, you can do a little bit of a backflip. You can also jump side to side. Wait a minute, I think I already showed that off. Regardless, Link can go for a little bit of this. Swim. Mito, what's up?
If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku shield. And what's that? Is that a Kokiri Sword? Good grief!
What are you, Charlie Brown?
Oh, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I'm the Great Mito will never accept you as one of us. Shoot! How did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh?
What a whiner. Anyways, following down this path, you'll encounter your first enemy. You can go ahead and Z target, and when you do, you can press C up, or tap Navi's icon if you're playing the 3DS version, to learn about them. This is a Deku Baba. Though it looks withered, it will hurt you if you touch it. Since they are stiff, they can't exactly attack. I believe they have a 100% guarantee of dropping this Deku Stick, which we can go ahead and set to C. If when you want to put it away, press still and press A, you can continue, you can carry up to 10 sticks. Basically, you want to set an item to a C button? Just go ahead, hover up the item, and then press the C button you want to assign it to. Simple as that. If you're playing the 3DS version, you can assign them by simply using a stylus against the touchscreen. Let's go ahead and take care of these other Deku Babas and actually take damage, wow. That's kind of embarrassing because these are the easiest enemies in the game. But anyways, we arrived at our destination.
Great Deku Tree, I'm back.
Oh Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi, the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, use C up to listen, well to her words of wisdom. Well, apparently the Deku Tree has been quote-unquote cursed, but then again, maybe he's just making up an excuse to get Link to enter his mouth so that Link could get forward. No. Well, regardless, we have to get forward, whether we want to or not, because that's the only way to progress with the story. But, being about 25 minutes in, I think I'm gonna end it here. So, next time on Let's Play Ocarina of Time, we'll enter the Great Deku Tree, and hopefully free him of this curse. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already and want to see more videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would absolutely love if you leave behind a comment because I love reading every comment that's left in my videos. Please. It was actually the lack of comments that played into the original reason why the previous attempt at Let's Playing this kind of, well, fell apart. Oh boy. Well, I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.